guys, Jamie here, keeping it coy. Welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. I hope to earn your subscription today. So in today's video, it's the final part of finishing off the Japanese garden. I do have an apology to make before I even start. I did not use my phone holder thingy-majigger to record this video, so there is a lot of camera scuffing, which sounds probably a bit like that. So I do apologise for all the scuffing throughout this video, but on the plus side, I think the garden looks absolutely fantastic. So stick around to the end and you'll see the final product. I do nip out later on in the afternoon to get the last few rocks and a few new flowers and whatnot for it. And the final project looks pretty damn good. I might add a few more flowers and whatnot along the way, but I'll cross that bridge if I decide to when I come to it. So yeah, stick around and enjoy. See you in a bizzle. They're not very bright at the minute, but I was just sorting out the mess of all the electrics that were down there earlier today, and decided to move my old pond solar lights to the little Japanese garden. So we've got one down there lighting up my little conker bonsai that's shining through that onto that Acer, and I've got one down here that's kind of shining on the little Acer up to the big Acer, but yeah, it doesn't come out very well on the camera. And then another one down this side shining through the what do you call it, the fern thingy-majigger onto that Acer. It's actually a lot brighter in person than you can see on this video. I can see the whole garden really clear. I don't know if my settings can be changed or whatnot, but yeah, the pagoda and everything's all shining up. Now I've put my flash on, you can kind of see where the light's shining better on there and whatnot. But yeah, looks really nice at night now. You won't see it obviously during the night, but just before I finished, my other little solar pond fountain pump thing I've put in there. I can't find my other one anywhere for love nor money, but my other one, the plan is, I'll show you obviously when it's finished, excuse the bird mess on there, but to just tuck it down here under behind these rocks, I've got a pipe that sort of fits on it, get it coming out from there, and then it'll hopefully trickle back down there. That's why I built this sort of raised back shelf, because I'm pretty sure the water's not going to run exactly to the end of that stone, but it's sort of raised all the way around sort of to here anyway, so any water that does fall off the sides of this rock will go in. But yeah, you can see down there my light changing colour ones. They go sort of red, purple, green, blue. Obviously I've got one in that pagoda. Turn that flash back off. In there, could do a repositioning really. Now I'm out here again at night. There we go, that's a bit better of a glow. And then there's one in that pagoda. Not that you can actually see the pagoda, but there you go, it's in there. But yeah, looks really nice at night now. Well chuffed with it. Right, catch you all later. Oh, there you go then guys, so you saw it last night with the lights on. Well, kind of saw it, and then today, here you go, there's the fountain. And I've buried the cable kind of for the lights. You can just about see it running down there in the brickwork. Just follow me as always. And it comes up here and connects into that light. And it's continued buried along there. Comes out here now into that light. I have moved that light. Unfortunately, it's not now exactly where I wanted it. It was down here, shining up at the big Acer here, but I couldn't then bury that part of the cable going up to the solar dish. So yeah, I had to move it this way a bit, but that's alright, because as I say, when I get the little waterfall working here. That will light that up quite nicely at night. So, and then the fountain is going a good one today because it's nice and sunny. Again, that's all solar powered. That solar panel currently is up on top of the birdhouse. I do need to see if I can connect that to the fence, because at the minute the cable just isn't long enough, as you can probably just about make it out going up here. Look, it's kind of floating at the minute, but that one doesn't. It sort of hangs on a flat surface. And obviously if I hung it facing this way, as you can kind of tell, the sun's over there. I'm not going to point the phone directly at it because there's no clouds in the sky, and I don't want to blind you, because then you won't be able to see any more videos. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. It's just about finished. Bit of tinkering. See if I can make a platform for that, to the old solar panel to sit flat. I mean, I probably will use something like this, but when that was on this pond, there's, I don't know if you can tell, but just on top of that, or next to that post, there's a bit of a scaffolding board sticking out. It's not fixed, it's just a little screw holding that in place there, and that's what it was balanced on when I chucked it in the old pond. But yeah, do something similar, or build a shelf or something to go on the fence. And then this pond will be fully solar powered. I have that down that end near the lilies, and as I say, when I find my other pump, which I'm pretty sure I know where it is, it's just behind and underneath all of the rubbish that's in there, because there's a secret storage in the bench exactly where the backy shower's sitting, and I think I've put it in there because I took that off way before I started dismantling the old pond, because it was part of my homemade floating skimmer, and obviously I bought a proper one, because these pump around 100 litres an hour, so they're not, ridiculously rubbish, but 100 litres an hour ain't ideal for a skimmer. So yeah, I've just got to tack the wires to the fence, get the old staple gun out to keep them all nice and neat, and then we're finished. So for 2 or 3 days work, I don't think that's too shabby. Obviously I got the pond all in one day, and it was just a case of cleaning up these stones so I could put them in here without it sending the water uber cloudy and manky. Yeah, the stones are all looking good. I've got the nicest stones and the whatnot in the middle there where you can see them the most, because you ain't going to see a lot down there because the ripples, and obviously I'm hoping that oxygenator plant does quite well in there. So this pond isn't for fish. You never know, it might get a goldfish in one day, but it's generally not for fish. But I suppose with the oxygenator and the lily and the 2 mini pumps, it probably would filter it enough for a dinky little goldfish or 2, but I don't know, probably not. But the fish are all doing well. I've literally just chucked in a big old handful of food for them, but I'm wandering around the garden and these guys still get really spooked, and as it's so sunny you're probably not even going to see them today. Oh, here comes a couple that side, look. But yeah, I've just done some blanket weed treatment in this pond with some Aquasource Resolve, and I don't know if you can quite make it out on the sides here, but it's only a couple of mil long at the minute, but it is the start of blanket weed. That's not the normal algae that you'd get on the side of a pond, so it's all starting to break down now, and I bet the filter is absolutely clogged with it. Got to clean the filter out every day at the minute, which is why the water level is so low on there. I'll probably clean it out again later today, and then top the pond back up. But yeah, look, you can see that there, they're absolutely clogged, which is probably why the water's not flowing so fast right now. And there you go. As someone mentioned, or when I did a video on this filter, someone said, oh, I wouldn't like risking that because it can overflow. As I said, it can only overflow if you take the lid off with the pumps running. That's the only way it can overflow, like I just demonstrated. But yeah, the water flow has gone right down at the minute, So I need to give that a clean before I go out. But yeah, grass is coming back nicely. Obviously there's still the patches where the dreaded Nala keeps, keeps killing the grass. She seems to find a favourite spot for like a week and just keep going in that one spot, which is why you end up with like a couple of bulb patches like right next to each other. And this is her current favourite spot at the minute. And as you can see, the grass in this current spot is now gone dry and yellow and ready to die. You're full of acid you are, aren't you? Hey? Yeah, that's the leftover stones from what I was cleaning up. Absolutely full of clay in there. And yeah, that's the leftover slate that I've got to finish cleaning up and maybe sprinkle around any bulb patches. I've saved a few really big ones to see if I can do a sort of a nice little feature with like loads of big slates. I've had to put some slates on this one now because yet again squirrels decided to try and dig it up. Blooming squirrels. But yeah, I'm really happy with how that's turned out. If I can just get my lawn looking nice now, we'll be all good. Now let's stop joining in. Yeah, you. But yeah, we're on the homeward straight now. I'm going to get the pump connected this week, and then I'm going to start working out the pipe work because the winder's due to arrive at some point this week, hopefully. Not heard yet from Tuffix, but yeah, I will give them a call if I don't hear anything on Monday, because it's currently, what are we today? Friday today. Yeah, so I'll give them a call on oh, it's Bank Holiday Monday, or maybe Tuesday. Yeah, to be honest, we've had so many bank holidays since I ordered the window. It might not be this week, it might be early next week, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I got to once that's done, I can then start filling this up, get the inlet and the skimmer connected, and got to clean this out because it's absolutely minging. All the dust and leaves and whatnot on there, and the bottom is absolutely full of seeds, leaves, helicopters, moss, lots of moss in there. But yeah, strawberries are doing well this year. Nothing's currently eating them yet, so got all my strawberries doing really well. Got quite a few flowers coming through. Got one there, a couple over that side, and there's a few under them leaves down there as well. My new little bonsais doing great. Got absolutely loads of them. I'll get them all growing, and then my new strawberries that are currently sat in here because it's always warmer in the pagoda. I just wanted to do a test to see if they do any better in here, and if they do, I might make some for them to stay in here permanently. But as I say, I just planted them in these bowls just because I had them left over after rearranging the Japanese garden. But yeah, so that's what I'm up to at the minute. These fish are absolutely doing fantastically. They're still growing uber fast. They are eating like anything now. The pond is sat at literally like 22 degrees all day, every day, and then it does drop back down to 20, which is what the heater's set to at night. But then by this time, I mean, what, we're about 10:30 in the morning now, and it's already back up to 21.8, so that'll be at 22 within the next sort of half an hour to an hour, I would have thought. So it does get nice and warm under this pagoda. But yeah, like I said earlier, the other solar pump, I've got the solar panel, but I think the pump is attached to my old homemade skimmer, which is under the bench right under there, so I won't be getting to that anytime soon. But yeah, and after that, once I've got all the pipework connected and cleaned that out, obviously window fitted, which should all happen within the next couple of weeks, and then I can start tidying up the rest of the garden. All that rubbish will go. The vat I'm going to be selling. Everything else is just either stuff I'm going to keep or rubbish, and get that area tidied, get that the next part of the garden, one of the fat pigeons, and then once that bit's all done, I can then start working out what I'm going to do with all this. because obviously not all them fish are going to be big enough to go into the main pond straight away, so that's going to have to stay here for a little while longer. But then I'll be starting work on my new pond, which is going to go just there. So yeah, well, I think I'm just about there with it now, guys. Tiny bit more titivating I think to do, but just been out and got a tiny little flower trough back there, hidden by a few new rocks that I've picked up because I've ran out of rocks. So I've got the really nice purple droopy one that was in my strawberry planters, and I've picked up this mossy thingy-majigger which can grow down the new rock there. It's kind of like a cool two-stepped rock, and a big rock that side. There is enough room in that pot for one more plant. Might put some mind your own business in there, I don't know, but I snapped a little bit off the mosses just to see if they would grow in the water. So I've got a little bit there, a little bit there, and a really tiny bit that snapped off to see what happens in that corner down there. The watercress is doing brilliantly since it went in here, so at least I know something can grow in here. The lilies yet have not hit the surface, but they're still growing. They're only about 1.5 inches away now, so another week, if we get some nice sunshine, they'll be up. The only problem is this area doesn't really get any sunshine. As you can see, the shadow of the fence line is just down here, because you can see the solar panel bit of shadow there, look, and the other solar panel actually there, look. So the fence itself blocks the sun ever getting into this bit of the garden, which is why I decided not to keep the lawn there, because it never grows very well there, because the sun rises over the houses here and goes over the horizon there, so the fence is always in the way, and then sets just behind them trees, which then the shadow of them houses, my shed and these trees, blocked the sun at all times from getting to there. But this side of the garden gets it in the morning, and then it's on most of the grass most of the afternoon, and then in the evening that corner hopefully we'll get some, depending on how far the tree shadow comes across. So I'm hoping the rest of the garden will grow quite nicely. If not, then I might put another little path just in front of the filter house going back up to the current path. Should have enough slate to do that. And I was joining in with the rest of the neighbourhood doggies as always. But yeah, so just about there I think. I'm really liking it. Nice and tranquil and peaceful when Mrs over there ain't barking her head off. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. Let me know what you think. I'm well chuffed with it. But yeah, that does actually spray about 2 feet in the air, and you can see all the rocks are wet from where it's been splashing, but the shadow, as I say, the solar for that is now on there, and the shadow is over the trees. I did say in a previous video I didn't know if I'd disturbed the birdies in there, but as you just saw right on cue, the blue tit came out of the box, so they are still in there and still doing great. Alright, so I just thought I'd give you a last update on that before I get back to building the main pond. So I'll catch you all in a bizzle. So yeah guys, that's it for today. Obviously you've seen the pond at night now with all the lights. Again, I do apologise for all the scuffing on the camera. I will be using my phone holder to do it from now on, because that stops all the scuffing noise. But yeah, so I'm just about there now. I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. So yeah, there won't be any big detailed videos now on the Japanese garden unless I do any more updates. Obviously you will see it in the odd video, but yeah, that's done for now. So we'll get back to the finishing off the pond. The window should be any day now, and yeah, we'll get that in, get the rest of the pipework finished, and jobs are good. So again, thanks all for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it, share to your friends, and catch you all on the next one.